going to talk to you about architecture, material innovations in architecture, and hopefully that will lead to alternative ways of thinking about architecture, what we did in between buildings, and the city life.
And then the fourth option is how many people maybe live close by or enjoying the weather getting slightly warmer, walked here tonight. How many walked to the 1, 2? Okay, 2 walkers. That's good. What I'm trying to do is head south on Bathurst, head into this sort of left lane over here, and then I'm trying to go left onto the Queen's Quay, where I'm rewarded with a bike lane for 1 block. But this guy thinks he can go straight ahead, but he can't because he's going to end up literally in the streetcar tracks. I've seen it a few times. I find it funny, but they don't. So usually they freak out, they jet out over here, and that's opportunity number 2 to get killed. And
over the last 4 or 5 years, there has been a lot of common developments, and they're creating a real wall between the city and the waterfront.
This is a quote from Jane Pitfield, and she says, "The gardener is not a barrier to the waterfront. Everybody knows the best view of the lake is from the garden." Not lake, there's the lake. It's kind of below there. I'm not sure if people can see it.
Think about the water. The water knows everything. It knows everybody's biggest secrets, and it turns them into the sounds of the waves at night. And then it's okay.
How many of you find Toronto's architecture beautiful? So how many of you, just raise your hands, find Toronto's architecture beautiful? Okay, so a few. Okay, a few on the fence, that's all right.
So we do get used to our nasty grey bunkers.
If architects were as cavalier about gravity as they are about the weather, half the buildings in this city would have fallen down by now. Reasons why people aren't doing very much about climate change. Reason number 1 is that we won't actually see any effects of what we're going to do for climate change for like 20 or 30 years. One of the pieces that has come out of Cape Farewell is a piece of writing from writer Ian McEwan. We feel it actually helps sum up also what we're thinking about in terms of architecture. We don't need to be sucking up this much energy. And that, of course, is very valid right now because it's Earth Hour. The entire rest of the Harbourfront right now is completely shut down. And apparently Young Dundas Square, which we taunted earlier, is also shut down. Because we're going to do a little ode to Earth Hour, and we're going to try to shut off all the lights that we don't need right now. So let's start with this front bank of lights here. We can at least take those up. And I think we have enough light with these things. We can take out all the side lighting too. If you could, thank you. And we can take out the Elmo visual pigmenters. Well, there we go. There we are. Obviously, we have a little bit of light on me. Nice to do to sit in the dark. Thank you. Yes, that's perfect.
when the power is on and off. But with heating and cooling, it gives it a color. So you can see that buildings are not just ugly and beautiful, but they're hot and cold.
She's looking at it in Toronto's architectural context. She's looking at it in terms of weather elements, and she's looking at it in terms of climate change. And then also in the sort of final part, how we're actually going to build in the future.
Is there anything about architectural materials or the way things are built that's part of Kyoto? The way building emissions are and stuff, like in terms of heating and...
Up to 40 to 50% of greenhouse emissions actually do come from buildings. So yeah, it has a huge implication. The initial set of exercises, poetry appearing or the wind having an effect on the building facade, if you don't make these effects visible to people, their reaction to it doesn't change. Every element that touches a building has energy, and energy is transferred. Materials are not static, it's not passive. They're conceptualized and applied as dynamic materials that respond to the weather elements.